From your official UK station for Big Blue Nation, this is BBN Game Day.
Welcome to the last BBN Game Day of the season. I'm Keith Farmer, and that was the men's tennis team advancing to the Final Four for the first time in school history, putting that sticker up there.
Gosh, that was fun, wasn't it? And
yeah.
I cannot believe this is the last show of the season, by the way. I'm Christy Thomas. We're going to start with that, but we've got plenty more today. Track and field championships are coming up. Both men's and women's golf seasons have come to a close. And, of course, we're going to check in on baseball and softball.
But the big story today, the 8-seeded Kentucky Wildcats upset of #1 overall TCU in the Elite Eight on Thursday, advancing to the first Final Four in program history. And it was back and forth nail-biting matches. The Horned Frogs took the doubles point. Liam Draxel got the first win for the Wildcats to tie it up, but TCU took the lead right back. Cats team captain Milan Hurrion tied things back up at 2 with his straight set win and gave the fifth year his 7th victory against a ranked opponent this season.
The Horned Frogs were the first to 3 points when Josh Lapidat's 8-match win streak came to an end, but Francois Musatelli got his biggest win of the season to tie things up at 3 for 21st-ranked Gabriel Diallo. He knows a thing or two about being here, taking on the 16th-ranked Juan Carlos Aguilar with the match on the line. Diallo got the clutch win. Listen, he was down a set 3-6. Then he came back 6-2, 6-4 to send the Wildcats to the Final Four. When it all comes down to him, this is something he's done all season long. And here's what he told us before the Sweet 16 about getting it done in winning time.
I really just try to focus on the moment. It's really hard, because when you look around, you can see your teammates. Okay, this guy's winning. Okay, this guy's losing, and you try to figure it out. Oh, it's going to come down to me. But I think the key is, #1, trusting my teammates. I trust all my guys, even the guys that are not playing. If they end up playing that one day, I trust everyone. So that helps me a lot deal with the pressure, and I'm sure that it helps also my teammates deal with the pressure. The coaches did a really good job also at keeping me focused, because sometimes I tend to look around and stuff and trying to figure out if it's going to come down to me. And my coach is sitting on the bench hey, get up, come on, let's go, focus. And I'm sorry. And then I just try to focus and do my thing, and keeps me composed.
Focus is good. The Cats take on 4-seed Ohio State today at noon in the Final Four. Actually met the Buckeyes earlier in the season and lost, but Cedric Kaufman has this team playing their best tennis right now, and hopefully they can get it done today.
All right, the Kentucky track and field team is preparing for the start of track and field's NCAAs next week with regional rounds taking place Wednesday through Friday at Indiana. Cats
are coming off an incredible showing at the SEC Championship last weekend. The women's 4x400 meter relay team of Karima Davis, DeJour Miles, Abby Steiner, and Alexis Holmes broke the collegiate record running 3:21.93. The women's team finished the team competition 4th with 85 points. The men's team finished the team competition 8th with 47 points.
The men's version of that same relay broke Kentucky's school record, got under 3 minutes for the first time in program history, and earned the silver medal. Other big finishers include sophomore pole vaulter Keaton Daniels' successful defense of his crown. Masai Russell earned 3 medals. Individually, she got bronze in the 100 and 400 meter hurdles, plus earned a silver medal in the 4x100 meter relay, along with Shadaja Ballard, Karima Davis, and Abby Steiner. Now, individually, Steiner took home the silver in both the 100 meter and 200 meter dash. Now, I talked to Karima Davis about all of this. Karima, you are fresh off of running in the fastest mile relay in collegiate history. You, DeJour Miles, Alexis Holmes, and Abby Steiner ran it in 3:21.93 at the SEC Outdoor Championships. How did that feel?
I mean, it's honestly amazing. I've always wanted to be a collegiate record holder, whether it was individual or within a group. So it was really exciting to be able to do that with my teammates. And I think it's something that every athlete deserves to feel, because it's truly an amazing feeling.
So you kind of mentioned it there, but what does it mean to be a part of the fastest 4x400 in NCAA history? That's got to be amazing, like you said, to know that you're in the history books.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing. I mean, you're in the record books. Your names are forever going to be in the record books. Your names are going to be memorable to a lot of people. I think as a group, just being able to do that together, knowing that we were able to do it, and we've spoken into existence a few times, and then bringing it to life that day was just amazing.
Obviously, it takes the four of you to run your best section. Tell us about your leg of the race and how you felt as you were going through it.
I just felt confident, honestly, going into it. I know that I was strong enough and capable enough to give them the baton first. And as the first leg, you want to set the race up properly for your teammates, because if you start off bad, it kind of dictates the entire race for the team. So I honestly just wanted to start off good, and going into it, I had a positive mindset that I would lead off and make sure that I gave them the baton first.
Now, another thing that we saw on Twitter that we loved was video of you literally getting on the ground, taking pictures of Masai as she was at the podium. As she said, you were nailing those angles.
Yeah, I mean, I love my teammates. I want them all to do great, and I'm extremely excited when I do see them do great. And honestly, I think I'm one of the greatest friends to have, because I love supporting my friends. So, yeah.
We all need friends like that. I need friends like that. Get the right angle.
And share those pictures.
Yes.
All right, coming up after the break, we're hearing from men's golf team captain Jacob Cook. Men's golf team season ended this week, but Cook still has plenty to play for. Find out when we come back.
BBN Game Day, sponsored by Coca-Cola, Hunt Brothers Pizza, Kentucky Office of Highway Safety, Kentucky Select Chevy Dealers, Kroger, Lexington Opera House, Papa John's, Shelter Insurance, and Specialty Foods Group.
This can't be right.
Trouble with your taxes? You know, filing your taxes doesn't have to be complicated. With Tax Act, filing is simple. Incoming! Switch to Tax Act and start for free.
Good morning, America. Today, thousands of our teammates will make and deliver over 300 of the world's best brands and flavors, locally, in towns large and small. From the heartland to the coast, our products are moving and our trucks are rolling. We share a passion and a purpose. We love to refresh and serve our communities. We are Coca-Cola Consolidated, your local bottler.
Hunt Brothers Pizza has been proudly serving communities across America for over 25 years. Choose from Hunt Brothers Pizza's original crust or thin crust. Then customize your pizza with any of our 10 toppings to choose from at no extra charge. With that many options, there's sure to be a topping combination for everyone to enjoy a Hunt Brothers Pizza. Download the Hunt Brothers Pizza app to find one of our 7,500 locations inside a convenience store near you.
Miscellaneous expenses.
Tax worries. With Tax Act, you file for less and get your maximum refund. You're gonna need this. Oh, other way. Yeah.
Thank you.
Switch to Tax Act and start for free.
Tax Act.
You're watching BBN Game Day.
Welcome back into BBN Game Day. Well, the Kentucky men's golf team has finished up its season, coming just short from advancing to the NCAA Championship's opening round. The Cats needed a comeback on day 3, and they nearly pulled it off.
Yeah, behind its best round of the week, the Kentucky men's golf team made a run at overcoming a 9-shot deficit, had a chance to push through to move on to the NCAA Championship with a 1-under par round on Wednesday. The Cats fell short of their goal and finished in a tie for 9th behind a top 10 individual finish from Garrett Wood. Head coach Brian Craig said, quote, "I also have to commend our team captain and leader, Jacob Cook. We had such a tough fall season, and that put us so far behind. But Jacob's leadership and excellent play led this team right back into postseason. We absolutely would not have been here without Cookie."
Well, Jacob didn't play his best golf on day 1 of the tournament, but he battled back on days 2 and 3 to help push the Cats within 5 shots of advancing. But his season isn't done just yet. This is exciting. He still has a chance to earn a spot in the U.S. Open if he has a successful qualifying round in June. It's the first of many things June has to provide to Cookie.
Another qualifying round for the U.S. Open again. You've got the NCAA tournament coming up on Monday. You've got, of course, Colin Brown, thinking of him. You're getting married in next month, right?
Yeah, June 25th.
With all that stuff going on, how are you handling everything just like up here?
That's a good question too. I'm just trying not to think too much, really. Just just go with the flow a little bit and focus, like you said, focus on what's in front of me. Luckily, as far as the wedding and stuff, I got a great fiance in Mallory that her and her family have taken care of a lot of things, and I haven't had to worry too much about planning the wedding, but which is good, and I'm thankful for that. So yeah, it's really just, I mean, taking it day by day and just doing the best I can each day and just staying in the moment. It's a lot easier said than done, but you know, that's all I can really handle. That's all I can control. So that's what I'm trying to focus on.
What do you think has, I guess, improved for you this year? I know the mental thing and kind of how you approach stuff, but I guess physically, what's improved for you this year to be able to make you do what you're doing?
Yeah, so obviously mentally is number one, but two, I think I've struck the ball, physically struck the ball a little bit better this year, kind of with driver, irons. I've always had a great short game, been a great putter, and good around the greens, but when I get off, it's kind of when I get a little crooked hitting the ball. So, but this year, it's been a lot better. I've struck the ball a lot better and a lot more consistently, and that's given me the opportunity to shoot a little lower scores. Yeah, at the USAM.
The USAM, yeah. So okay.
Yeah.
So going through that, fast forwarding to now, what do you think you've learned from last year at the USAM, and then now having the opportunity to possibly get to US Open play?
I put a little much pressure on myself, and the biggest thing for me is I think that I learned is overcoming adversity. Because actually at the USAM, I got off to a great start. I was under par through 6 or 7 holes, and then I made a triple. on my 8th hole, and that kind of rattled me. And from there on, I just struggled a little bit. And I think, especially when you get in those big events, you're going to have to face adversity at some point. And I think it's easy not to prepare for that. You just prepare to play well, and you prepare to play your very best. But when you get into events, especially like that, you're going to face a lot of adversity throughout the event. So that's probably the biggest takeaway for me, is being ready for that. Be ready for that adversity, and when it hits, just handle it the best that I can.
Your buddy Josh getting drafted by Detroit.
Oh yeah.
Your thoughts of him leaving you to go up to Michigan and playing up there now in Detroit?
Very bittersweet. You know, we've been roommates for 3 years. And we've kind of done life together the last few years, and there's going to be a lot of big changes these next few months, obviously. So, yeah, I mean, it's sad in a way, because this run of our friendship is over, but it's just the beginning of a new journey, and I'm pumped for him. To be in the NFL, even for me to see his name called on draft night a couple weeks ago was emotional. Even it's so exciting just to see him work so hard, and now he's there. He's in the NFL. It's hard to even believe. So, yeah, it's bittersweet, but I mean, we have a few phone calls a week at least, and we'll stay in close contact. And so yeah, it's tough, but I mean, I'm so excited for him, and he's gonna do great things.
We love Jacob because he's a Wildcat, but what a likable guy.
Yeah,
he's
totally.
the best. All right, well, Jacob isn't the only Kentucky golfer vying for a U.S. Open win.
Yeah, that's right. Women's golf team has a few. We're talking with Lainey Fry about the end of their season and how she's preparing for this summer's big tournaments. That's next when we come right back.
At Kroger, we believe fresh is all about standards. That's why we do up to a 27-point inspection on our produce. Like for oranges, we check for color and scarring and more, keeping only the best of the best on our shelves. Because when it comes to fresh for everyone, we believe the juice is worth the squeeze. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
My 8-year-old always asks when I come home, "Dad, did you help people today?" And most days, I do help people. But too often, I can't help people who make poor decisions, like paying more attention to their phone than to the road when they're behind the wheel, or not bothering to wear their seatbelt. Be safe, Kentucky. Buckle up and put the phone down.
School's out for the summer and the women's golf season has come to an end, but Lainey Fry still has work to do. She talked with us earlier this week.
Well, Lainey didn't get to make it to another NCAA finals with the UK this season, but still a great year. Best score in program history. You guys make a nice postseason run. Can you just sum up the season a little bit for the Wildcats?
Yeah, it was solid. It was fun. With the whole team was back, and so the team chemistry kind of picked up right where we left off, and it was definitely on the agenda to make it to nationals, but we came up just short, and it was kind of disappointing, but it was still a good season, and we left feeling good about ourselves, ready for next year.
Well, yeah, you bring up next year. That's the bright side to all of this, because a lot of the members of this year's team will be returning next season. How dangerous do you think this team could be next year?
We have a lot of potential. If we get everybody playing, then we might be tough to beat. So we're going to really miss Reggae, though. She was a great captain, and her maturity really helped us through a lot.
And probably a little fire now with coming so close again to another run. And you've been there before, so that's good too.
Definitely. None of us had made it to regionals and had to leave after that. All of us, our regional experience the first time was going to nationals. So after having our season cut short like that, I think we'll be better prepped next year.
Now, it was announced last week that you're a member of the SEC's community service team. What does that mean to you? And just tell us about a few of the things that you do around the area.
Yeah, that's cool. I was happy to be selected for it. I didn't even really know I was in the running, but what I do is I kind of help out and volunteer at our church. And I was pretty active with something they put on called Christmas Joy, which just helped bring Christmas to families in need. And parents got to come in and get gifts that the church members had picked out, and they got to wrap it and take it home. And it just really hopefully brought joy to a lot of people during Christmas.
Yeah, that is so sweet. And part of that also is with the team and the Birdies for Tornado Relief you all did. 253 of those this year. How special was that for you as a Kentuckian that your team wanted to help and then was able to put up so many birdies this year and get it done to help your fellow Kentuckians who were affected by those tornadoes back in December?
That was a really special initiative. I was thankful Jensen kind of came up with the idea. I think she kind of pulled a little bit from other teams she had seen doing something similar, and it was cool just to be playing for something a little bigger than ourselves and hopefully help Kentucky.
Well, next up for you is a big one, the U.S. Women's Open, June 2nd through the 5th down in North Carolina. How are you preparing for this?
I'm just, now that school's out, I practice just about all day, every day. Lots of lag putts. I know the greens are going to be fast and firm and undulated, so that's a big thing. And I am starting playing from the tips to get used to the long distance, and hopefully I show up prepared, but it's going to be my first time, so we'll see.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I love what you said about I get to just play all day. Rachel Lawson, head softball coach, said something about that today.
Yeah.
Saying, you know, this is the time of the season where all of these amateurs start to really feel like professionals. Do you get to feel like that a little bit heading into the U.S. Open?
Oh my goodness, yes. It was fun. I got up and worked out this morning, and then I went and practiced, and I've got this, and then I'm going to go and play holes. So it's just, I was thinking to myself, I kind of feel like a pro. Like, this is what the lifestyle is all about.
It was a little bit strange because Mother Nature forced you to come back and finish one hole the next day. What was that like?
That was tough. I had a caddy up there. He was a friend of mine, but he had to fly out that morning. And so he wasn't able to stay for the last hole and what ended up being an extra playoff hole. So my dad kind of picked up where he had left off and caddied for me. And if there was a hole, if I knew I had to make a par, that was not the hole that I wanted to do it on. So I was just thankful to get out of there and find out I had a playoff.
Oh, that's a great story. Now, last year, you carried the bag for Jensen Castle in the U.S. Open. What did you learn by doing that?
I just really tried to take in the whole experience, and I was really focused on her and not thinking about myself being on that stage. So hopefully this year I remembered more than I think I did, but she is great at handling the nerves. So hopefully I can take some of what I learned from her directly, and I'm a little more nervous person just in general. So take that with confidence.
Well, Lainey, Big Blue Nation will certainly be behind you, and good luck to you and Jensen, who's also going to be there as well as you go to the U.S. Women's Open. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Best of luck to her. Well, Lance Ware and Kareem Watkins are in Brazil playing basketball and doing community work. And Oscar Shibwe had a very interesting lunch. Stay with us as BBN Game Day continues.
A special thank you to our cornerstone partners, Central Bank, the official bank of UK Athletics, and Kentucky Farm Bureau, big on commitment.
Do 2 W-2s make a W-4?
Hi, I'm April. I know tax season can be a little messy. With TaxAct, you get your maximum refund. Switch to TaxAct and start for free.
TaxAct. It's Chevy Truck Month, and it's time to add the perfect accessories to your new Chevy. Make it bolder. Make it work harder. Make it your own. Find new possibilities. Find new roads. Very well-qualified buyers can get 0% financing on most Chevy pickup trucks. Plus, now during Truck Month, get a $1,000 accessory allowance toward the eligible purchase of a new Chevy truck with accessories. See your Kentucky Select Chevy dealers.
Using tax filing software. Smart. Know what's smarter? Using TaxAct. The one with the expertise to help you get more. Switch to TaxAct and start for free.
TaxAct.
Time for This Week for the Wildcats, brought to you by Toyota. From Camden, New Jersey to Lexington to cities around Brazil. That's the story of Lance Ware and Kareem Watkins. They're in Brazil for a 10-day outreach trip that combines basketball with service to local communities. The cultural exchange trip includes at least 4 basketball games, but a big part of the trip is getting out in the community. The guys visited a school-held Bible study and basketball clinic for underserved children. In one of the games, how about this? Ware put up 39 points to go along with 10 rebounds and 8 steals. Kareem Watkins went 3 of 5 from deep for 9 points plus 3 assists and 3 steals. Their team won 96-93 in overtime. We're told they play a really good team tonight, but I still can't believe that. At 39 points, Lance getting it done.
He hasn't scored double figures at Kentucky yet.
Incredible.
Right? Okay.
Incredible.
So those guys are in Brazil, but where in the world is Oscar Shibwe?
Oh.
We don't know for sure, but based on this video, not sure he's in the bluegrass unless there's a new restaurant in town that we don't know about. Oscar is munching on bugs. Ugh. High on protein, I guess. Rebounding fuel. Would you try this?
No, absolutely not.
I wouldn't try it in that way. I think I've tried a grasshopper before, but not like piled on with a fork. Will Levis said bring some back for him. Christy Oscar said it's really good. I don't know if that's even a recommendation.
I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it for 1 second. He can say it's good all he wants to. I'm still not eating it. No, I don't care how good. No. Kentucky baseball playing their last game of the regular season today at Kentucky Proud Park, finishing off the series with Auburn. Cats are on the edge of making the SEC and NCAA tournaments, so every win matters. Hope they get a big one today. Go out and see them.
Up next on BBN Game Day, we'll have a final word that also includes
Coke Play of the Week. That's it. Stay with us.
Better ingredients, better pizza means that each bite of this slice right here is gonna just keep getting better. From the first bite to the spicy sausage bite to the string of melty cheese. And then bam! You got that crispy piece, the gooey piece, that sauce, that dip. And just when you're thinking this slice cannot get any better, you get to that epic stuffed crust that's hand-stuffed with cheese. Better ingredients, better pizza, even better when it's stuffed.
Some of my fondest childhood memories are from volunteering with my grandmother. Helping others was her passion. She'd always say, the sweetest fruits of life come from serving others. And she was right.
At Shelter Insurance, we strive to make a positive impact in the communities where we work and live. For your auto, home, and life, find an agent at shelterinsurance.com.
The sun shines bright, the corn tops ripe, and birds make music all the day. This is our old Kentucky home, a place where we take the time to create and enjoy life's sweetest pleasures, like the finest Kentucky bourbon, the most authentic bluegrass music, and the most heartwarming family meal times that feature the highest quality meats from Kentucky Legend. Serve your family the very best. Kentucky Legend, where food ought to come from.
For this week's Coke Play of the Week, it had to be the women's 4x4 relay who crossed the finish line in 3:21.93, the fastest time in collegiate history, and a gold medal against some of the most insane competition. How about this, Keith? First, second, and third place actually all broke the previous NCAA record. And of course, the Cats came out on top. But that's just how fast this event really was. It's insane to think about, really.
Yeah, amazing. I mean, to think that third place had one of the better record-setting performances and finished third.
And this is where the UK track and field team is these days. I mean, this as a team, they're doing it. They're doing it.
Well, thank you for joining us on this episode of BBN Game Day.
This is the last episode of the season. We'll be off for the summer, but we'll be back a few weeks before football season. Until then, go Big Blue.
BBN Game Day, sponsored by Coca-Cola, Hunt Brothers Pizza, Kentucky Office of Highway Safety, Kentucky Select Chevy Dealers, Kroger, Lexington Opera House, Papa John's, Shelter Insurance, and Specialty Foods Group.